Alright, this is how I create Mob Psycho in 1 week. Let's go!
For everyone is not special. Maybe you can't be what you want to be. So let's let no go the air. No to call you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
So what the edit will encapsulate is essentially this rainbow effect is something that I want to try, and also attempting to do some sort of Mob Psycho mystery percent lines and face effect. That's pretty much what this is going to be, and everything around it is just extra, so yes. Alright, so what you'll need for this video is a green screen. And then a light. That's it. Alright? This is all you need to record your clips, the things that you need to do for the videos. That's it. I don't know what this is. Don't question it. Luckily for me, I didn't have to record any green screen clips here. I actually happen to have some really old footage of some things that I wanted to originally edit to a long time ago. When I was down in LA, so I have a much better green screen setup in this video, in this clip right here, where I'm doing a bunch of cringy poses, acting like I'm in an anime. Though, you probably want to if you're trying to make it a real-life anime, that's all I'm saying. We're going to be using this footage, and we're going to start working with it and see what we can do. We're just going to kind of pick a nice section and hopefully make like a nice, roughly 20 to 30 second animation using it. So let's try. Alright, so first what you're going to want to do is key yourself out using key light. Key all the green, and any mistakes that you have left over, use roto brush. Now, after you're done with all of this, we're going to want to retime it to make it feel a little bit more anime-like. To do so, what we're going to do is use Time Warp. It's a pre-built After Effects effect that sort of mimics Twixtor a little bit. We're going to use that, pre-comp our whole effect again, and then use Time Remap to then retime the animation to where we want. So that way we can kind of keep it into that 20-30 second time frame. And if you adjust the graphing, it can start being a little bit more flowy, sort of like how anime looks. Now, once you're done with that, let's get to Absinthe. Absinthe. Baby. Alright, let me quickly explain what Absinthe is for those of you who do not know. It is a free software where essentially it is a style transfer type of AI where you can input a style and then you can input your video and it will apply that style onto the entire video. It's pretty simple from there. You can do effects like what I'm doing with Mob Psycho, or you could do other things to your heart's content, maybe some trippy, warpy stuff. Either way, that's a basic rundown of what Absinthe is. Let's actually get to doing it. So, what we're going to do is pick out the section that we want to use Absinthe on. We're going to render that out as a PNG sequence into a folder called video. Then, on one of the frames that we're going to apply the Absinthe on, we're going to create what's called a style frame. Essentially, what we need to do is apply all the effects that we want to transfer over the entire video. So, for instance, it's going to be the eyes with all the cracks. Once that's done, we can save the frame into another folder called key, and one note here is to make sure the dimensions are the exact same as the keyframes before it. Once you have all that done, it should be fine, so just make sure the dimensions are the same, and that the name of the key is the same exact name as the video frame that you edited. So if it's like video underscore frame 200, make sure it's the same as the key. Once you're done with that, we can move on to actually using Absinthe. Alright, now once you have all your Absinthe files ready, open up Absinthe and place your footage into the corresponding areas. You can literally drag the folder into the area that needs to be there. This is why we named everything, just to make it easier. Video goes with video, key goes with key. Then you can just make an output folder and drag that output folder into where the output section is. Then all you have to do is run it, and as long as everything is correct, like your dimensions and naming, you should be fine. Look up some other Absinthe tutorials if this wasn't enough of an explanation for you, but it's as simple as that. Then just let it run, and we're done. We can then composite all of the effects on top of one another in After Effects to make sure it transitions correctly, and then we can render all of the green screen clips with the Epsynth mixed in as an AVI format using RGB plus alpha. Alright, now let's create a little 3D scene to sort of feel like Mob Psycho. This is all dependent on what you feel like doing for your video. I kind of want to recreate the whole Mob Psycho intro scene where he blows up, it's like, you know, and the buildings are flying and shit. That's what I plan on doing. So, for the most part, let's just create a 3D scene. Fuck it, watch this time lapse. Look, I'm not teaching you this. Just, here's a tutorial where I show you how to create simple 3D scenes. Watch it. Don't ask me again. Then from there, we're going to actually bring in our character as an image as planes into our 3D scene. This is actually pretty simple, and I don't need to explain that. But bring it in. Then from there, once your scene's all made and your character's in there, you can start rendering your passes. What we're going to do is we're going to render 3 passes, one specifically with the background, another one with the mist, and then another with just the character, using some of the environment that happens to be in front of the character as a holdout layer. This way we can place my character up top and have proper transparency everywhere else. Now that we're done with all that, let's actually start talking about the texture effects. Alright, so when editing this video, I realized that talking about the texture thing was going to take way too long. So to combat this whole thing, I'm not going to explain it here, but in the link in the description, or if you wait till the end of this video, it should pop up on your screen. There will be another video explaining only the rainbow effect. It's around 15 minutes. It's going to be unedited because it was kind of quick anyways to make. I figured this would just save some time and make this video a little bit more cohesive instead of adding an extra 10 minutes to an already 10-minute long video of just one specific part. So yeah, we'll skip that for now, and then you can watch it on your own time if you actually care about it. Anyways, next thing. Yeah. Now once you have everything, add everything together, layer it properly, add some extra little comp effects like dust, fire, smoke, energy, whatever the fuck you're trying to do. This also includes the energy texture that we just created and putting it behind your character or as the texture for some of these like energy effects, which is what I did. Then from there, obviously add your basic color corrections and lens flares and other fucking comp effects that you want to do, lens textures, anything. And yeah, now, once you're done with all that, add a little bit of an extra scene, make some Mob Psycho percentage graphics, then add a little bit of sound design and
そうか。君という器が壊れたことで中身がそれか。
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned a little something. This wasn't really so much as a tutorial as it was a BTS project, but if you guys want to learn more about it, let me know. I might make a separate tutorial on specific effects like Epsynth or whatever. Though, if you don't want me to go through that trouble, you could just look up the keywords and look up a tutorial for it. I might make a tutorial in the future on all this stuff, but I don't think it's that necessary. Either way, you know, this really only took me a week. More like a couple days to actually make the whole scene itself and the effects and all that. So probably not my best, but I wanted to make something for you. I assume you guys can make better, and this is for all the people that want to do something like that. I think towards the release of Mob Psycho, like when it actually does come out next year, I do plan on making a more fully dedicated edit to it. This was sort of a one-off thing because I wanted to make some tutorial that someone randomly suggested I make a Mob Psycho tutorial. So I figured good opportunity to. Would there be things that I do better in the future? Yes. One, take longer. That's it. I'm gonna go to sleep because I've been working 24/7 for the past week. Good night.